am with Senator Leahy, but he'll introduce him.
So it's great to be here. I mean, it's unfortunate actually that we have to come every year and talk about homelessness in Vermont. And you know, it's been my great pleasure over the last 8 years as Speaker to work to do whatever we can to reduce the amount of homelessness and address what is a critical issue. And in an era where we are facing greater and greater pressures, economic pressures, we have a greater and greater obligation to figure out how we can address those pressures. Part of it is about building an economy that provides good jobs, but really it's about remembering that we are judged by how we treat those that are least fortunate among us. And so this year, as we have in the past, we will work with you to ensure that we have no one freeze in this state because they have no place to go. And I want to thank all of you for bringing people's stories to the legislature so that we have the need reinforced for us every day and know how important the work that you do is. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce our senior senator, and that's not meant with what age or anything. I just turned 50, so I know what senior. I got my AARP card.
That's a chilling day.
It is a chilling day. And then I shaved so I would look younger. But it's, you know, the senator has been so critical for us in making sure that the budgets that pass at the federal level recognize that we have an obligation to all of our citizens. And I just want to thank you, Senator, for all the work that you've done.
Sam, thank you. Usually we're in session this week. The House is in Washington, the Senate's not, so I could be here. The chance to be with Shap Smith, a man I admire. I think of what he's done for Vermont as Speaker, and I think the Speaker deserves a round of applause. We were talking earlier about the late night fights on the federal budget just before Christmas, and the late night fights, the weekend fights, and I apologize to people that I had to cancel things because I was there with as one of the appropriators. But when I fought for it, I said the same thing that I said at a food bank last week in Burlington. When we're the wealthiest, most powerful nation on earth, questions are to have hunger, to have homelessness. That's not a political issue, that's a moral issue. It's a moral issue. We have people who will spend money on wars, that just with a blank check form, and then they won't take care of the veterans when they come back, many of whom are homeless, people who served in combat because they were called by us. They're now homeless, but also homelessness anywhere in a nation as wealthy as ours. People are hungry in a nation as wealthy as ours. People who are cold in a nation as wealthy as ours. It's immoral. It has nothing to do with politics. It's totally immoral. And those people who are unwilling in the Congress to vote money for this should be ashamed of themselves. They vote a blank check for Iraq and Afghanistan. Let's vote a couple checks for the 50 states of America where people are suffering. So thank you all for being here. I am so proud of you. I stand with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.